A recording has now emerged of the exchange between the Iranian armed forces and a British Navy frigate just moments before that tanker was seized.
You obey, you will be safe. If you obey, you will be safe.
MV Stena Impero, this is British warship Foxtrot 236. And so I reiterate that as you are conducting transit passage in a recognised international strait, under international law, your passage must not be impaired, impeded, obstructed or hampered.
Let's go to London. Our correspondent Benedict Pavio is standing by. Benedict, what does this audio recording tell us about what happened in the Gulf on Friday?
Well, what this audio recording between the Royal Navy frigate that is patrolling the Strait of Hormuz and the Iranian armed forces tell us is there was this standoff and this warning by the Royal Navy frigate warning the Iranians not to seize illegally, basically, this ship, which was going about its legal business, says Jeremy Hunt, the Minister for Foreign Affairs, really very legally in international waters. He actually then went on to say that they were in Omani waters. Sinabulk, the owners, say that that ship was seized in international waters by the Iranians. But what it also crucially tells us is that this frigate that managed in another standoff a week before to warn off the same Iranian Revolutionary Guards was too far to actually intervene and stop this British flag, Stena Bulk-owned Stena Impero ship from being seized and forced into Iranian waters by the Iranians. And there is criticism, it has to be said, here in the United Kingdom, that this, in a sense, was an incident or an accident waiting to happen, and that there should be more than one Royal Navy frigate there, given the tension that there is in the straits, this important strategic Straits of Hormuz. What is interesting in the other development that has happened here in the United Kingdom this morning is a tweet by none other than the Iranian ambassador to the United Kingdom, where he warns the United Kingdom against escalating tensions. Hamid Bayadinejad says in a tweet, quote, "This is quite dangerous and unwise at a sensitive time in the region. Iran, however, is firm and ready for different scenarios." This at a time when ministers are holding these security meetings ever since the seizure of what is considered to be illegally on Friday by the Iranians. And really, there is a wish on the one hand to de-escalate tension, but also there's a warning of possible sanctions to come for the Iranians from the British government.
Right, and the Iranian government is warning the British government today against escalating the situation. How is the British government likely to react to that?
Well, we're going to get these ongoing security meetings that are called here COBRA meetings at the highest level, including, therefore, of course, declarations we expect later today from the Foreign Secretary. Again, on the one hand, saying we need to de-escalate this. The owners of the ship need to have access to their 23 crew that are being held, the British say, illegally in a port in Iran. But at the same time, we know that Jeremy Hunt will be updating Parliament and possibly announcing sanctions to come. Now, what I think is, on the one hand, Britain wants to give us a message, is a robust message of give back the ship, don't do this again. But it also, and threatens sanctions, but it also wants to try, as I said, to de-escalate things and certainly show that there's a multinational approach. So France and Germany's response also calling for the ship, the Stena Impero, to be released and the crew to be released is important, and also an EU message of expressing deep concern. So I think it's a multi-pronged approach here by Britain, which of course wants this ship to be released and its crew to be on its way back on its voyage to Saudi Arabia as it was due to be.
Benedict, thank you very much. Benedict Pavio there in London.